Now to make the students and their classes table. So what I'm going to do is make a column in here and change this to professors, students, and their classes. Would you say that's a good idea? Well, you know what I have to say to that? No, absolutely not. You know why? Because let's say there was 4 students in a class. That means the class would be listed 4 times as a foreign key, and the professor would be listed 4 times as a foreign key, which ain't bad. And then the student ID would be listed 4 times. But you see, the professor ID is only need to be put in there once. Having it in there 400 times for 400 students, that's a waste of space, and I don't really like that idea. So I'm changing my mind, and I'm actually going to make another table. Man, this is getting crazy. And this is going to be students and their classes. And we're going to have class ID and then student ID. Make that int and set them as, oh yeah, also set them both as primary key because the connection won't ever change. Now the foreign key for class ID references classes, and the column class ID connects with the other column class ID, as you can see here. You hover over the green, that's how it is connected. And then we make another one, which will be student ID. Then goes to students. Where's it at? There we go. Student ID. Student ID. Now they're connected. Alright, now let me explain this a little bit, because I don't want to confuse you guys. What you may think to do is go up here and put the students' classes that they're in with this table. Now that could work, but I don't really like that idea, and you shouldn't either, because then that's not really connected with the students' information. Yes, it has to do with them, but as you can see, this all has to do with the person. This doesn't have to do with the person's classes, whereas this table down here is specifically for their classes. So if I needed to change a class, I don't have to mess with the student's information. That'll all stay put, and I don't have to worry about screwing something up and then having big problems in the end. Now the way the classes over here and the classes over here are connected is through this table right here. The class ID, let's say class ID 67 has a subject Math 101. Oh, sorry, the subject would be math, and then the class name would be like Advanced Algebra, class number would be like ALG 101, for example. Which wouldn't be Advanced Algebra, it would be Beginner Algebra or Intro. But anyways, then 67 will be over here, and it will also be down here. So if you change the class title to Algebra for Beginners, and then it will change over here and down here. Okay guys, I'm fairly confident that I've covered every single thing that we wanted in our database. Just to go over this a little bit, I will real quickly. We had students, and then all of the student information is connected right here. Is pasted right here. Now the books, that's a very broad thing, so we put it into a new table. And a book has a publisher, a genre, an author, and a topic. And the reason this extra table is here is because it is many-to-many relationship. And to remind you what that is, that means a book can have more than one author, and an author can write more than one book. That's why we have this intermediary table to list which author wrote which book. This reduces useless, redundant information. Same for the book topic, because it is also a many-to-many relationship. And then over here, we have best friends. Best friend is connected to the students right here. And as you can see, I actually forgot to connect these, so that's why it's good to review everything. So over here, we're going to edit this and make a new column. Best friend ID. Thanks. And then our foreign keys, make that again. Best friend D, which goes to best friend. Now you find the column, which is at the bottom, we just made it, and it ties to the same name. That's why you make the names the same, it's a lot easier. So you look over here, you can see the little red dot goes to this table. And then under the columns, I like to drag that to the top to make it consistent. Okay, so now you can see the student is connected to best friends. Best friends can have a school, a major, and a minor. That's why we have these tables here, listing the common schools and their information, the majors available, and the minors available. Same for students, because the students can have a major and a minor. Now, it is assumed that all the students in this database goes to the school that this database is for. This extra information over here for schools, it does not store the college information. Now, we also want all the classes available, and then all of the classes with teachers and all the students in the classes. So to have all the classes available, you would have a classes column. And it would list all the possible classes and also their subject, which is connected over here. And then over here, it'll list which classes have which teachers. And then over here, it has the professors, which has all their information that you would ever need. Maybe not ever need. And this will connect over here. So let's say there's a professor that doesn't teach a class. He's still in the professors column. He's just not in the professors and their classes because he doesn't have a class. Or you could put him in here with a null class. So that way you know he's still available for teaching, but he doesn't necessarily have a class yet. Same for classes if a class does not have a professor yet. And then the students and their classes is connected up here to the student ID. We do not store this information up here because it is not related to the student information. It's related to their classes. And then classes, I said classes so many times right then. Classes is connected over here by connecting to the student ID. So it lists what classes are connected to what student ID. So a student, let's say a class ID 67, as said earlier, had 30 students in here. Class ID would be listed 30 times, and the student ID would be listed for each student. And this is just a foreign key to this, so it's technically only one entry of a class. That way we don't actually have the name of the class written 30 times. If we need to change it, we can just change this rather than changing this. So that's a quick sum up, and in the next video I'll be teaching you where to go from here, and this will be probably the most helpful video, so be sure to watch it. Thank you, and I'm hoping that this all helped you and helped you clear everything up in your head, and now you understand relationships and all that other stuff, which I'll talk about that in the next video. Thanks. So subscribe and like this video. Goodbye.